This module focuses on the controversies surrounding the evaluation of professional development programs. The readings for this module highlight a lot of these controversies. So in this presentation, I will focus on two models that we can use to evaluate professional development programs. These two models are the Kirkpatrick and Guskey models. It is important to note in the readings for this week that there is a relatively new Kirkpatrick model entitled the New World Kirkpatrick model. This new model expands on the previous Kirkpatrick model that has been the source of much controversy. The new model tries to combat some of this controversy by addressing some of the critics' concerns. It still retains the 4 levels of the previous model, but it expands on the scope of evaluation within each level. At the reaction or satisfaction level, the following 2 concepts have been added: engagement and relevance. In addition to evaluating participants' learning, the new model also encourages us to evaluate participants' confidence and commitment at the learning level. That is, do participants think that they can do or use the skills from the professional development in their jobs, or do they intend on using the skills from the professional development in their jobs? At the behavior level, level 3, the new model encourages us to consider some of the confounding variables that may impact the program participants' abilities to change their behaviors as a result of the professional development. Kirkpatrick has labeled these confounding variables as required drivers and defines them as processes and systems that reinforce, encourage, and reward performance of critical behaviors on the job. They encourage us to evaluate these required drivers at the behavior level. Lastly, in terms of level 4, the results level, the new model focuses on monitoring key indicators that show if program participants are on the correct path to reach the desired learning outcomes. This means monitoring these activities as the participants move on and continue through the professional development or go back to their current workplaces. We can see if they're making progress in the correct direction. However, as an alternative to the Kirkpatrick model, here is Guskey's framework for evaluating professional development programs. He suggests that effective professional development evaluations require the collection and analysis of 5 critical levels of information as illustrated here. At level 1, we would examine the participants' reactions or satisfaction to the learning experience and have them complete, for example, a questionnaire post their program participation. At level 2, we would measure the knowledge and skills that the participants have gained through an analysis of their responses to, for instance, pre- and post-knowledge questionnaires. At level 3, the focus is on organizational support for professional development programs. Questions that are of interest at this level would include: were the modules for the professional development encouraged and supported at all levels within the organization? Were sufficient resources made available to the participants to enact or use their professional development training? Gathering this information at this level is generally more complicated, but it recognizes that successful professional development programs need to be supported at the organizational or institutional level. At level 4, we would explore if the participants' new knowledge and skills from the professional development has impacted their work. And lastly, at level 5, we would investigate how the professional development was beneficial to the participants' learning outcomes. At this level, We would also be interested in evaluating any unintended outcomes that emerged as a result of the professional development training.